What up, everybody? Man, I've been just thinking about a lot lately. I've been reading a lot. I've been listening to some books, and something that's just been on my heart that I want to express with you. I just want to share my thoughts and my views on this. And if anybody chimes in, if anybody hops on, if anybody watches this later on and they want to give their thoughts and opinions on this, I would love to hear what you have to say, what you're thinking about when it comes to this idea. Now, this is derived from a podcast I've been listening to with Prince Darnell, the founder of Jumping Jack Taxes, with his wife Dana Chanel, and he says something very key that it just blew my mind. And being somebody who is a professional recruiter, not only am I in the financial services industry, but I am in the industry where I am building a team, I am recruiting, and not just in Los Angeles, not just in San Bernardino, but nationwide. So every day I'm on 2 to 3, 4 recruiting interviews every single day. I'm talking to people, I'm in your inbox, I am reaching out to you because I want to offer you an opportunity in my business, and I want to see you grow, and I want to offer you personal development and entrepreneurship and a lot of different things. And so when he said this, funny enough, I've heard this probably at least once a day, sometimes like 10 times a week. And in the beginning, yes, it used to frustrate me, it used to get me upset. But then as I got older and as I started to understand how this game works, it's a game of numbers. You got to talk to everybody. You got to grow. You got to put yourself out there. But one thing that just bothers me about this saying is that it can stop a lot of people from being successful. You're probably like, oh, what is it? What is it? Well, it's the title of this Instagram live, which is "Let me think about it." To me, those are the most poisonous words that a lot of people will say to themselves is, "Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Let me think about it." And here's why. And again, this is all credit to Prince Darnell and other podcasts and books that I've been reading. But one thing about "let me think about it" is that can be the one thing that can stop your blessings. That can be the one thing that keeps you from being successful. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Why is that? It's because I hear people all the time. They tell me, whether it's on the phone, whether it's on a Zoom, and they tell me, I want to change my life. I want mentorship. I don't have goals. I don't have direction. But you know what? I pray to God every single day. I talk to my mentors. I talk to my parents. I talk to some of my friends. And sometimes your friends can be the biggest dream killers. But you talk to your God, or you talk to whoever you talk to, and you say, please, 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 please change my situation. I want more money. I want a bigger house. I want a better car. I have all these ideas and I have so many things I want to do, but I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. And when you speak those words into the universe and you put it out there, and if you're a believer like me and you pray to God, guess what God is going to do? He's going to put you in situations for you to have what you want. He's going to introduce you to people that are going to offer you an opportunity to have exactly what you want. And some people go, oh, these are blessings, and oh, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God. And then when the person comes and talks to you and looks you square in the face and they look you right in the eyes and they tell you exactly how you're going to do it, how it's going to happen, guess what your words always are? Well, let me think about it. What do you got to think about? You prayed for this. You asked for this. You begged God for it. You begged your parents. You talked to your friends. You sat in silence. You cried in the shower. You cried. Some of you all cry on the toilet, wherever you're at. And you asked the universe for this. You asked God for this. And then it's presented to you and you say, let me think about it. What do you got to think about? And I was listening to Prince Darnell's podcast, and he was talking about the story of how he was working at Wells Fargo and he had this crazy idea where he wanted to make inspirational bracelets. Something very simple, like kind of what I wear right here. You know, I wear my Sigma one, I wear my PHP one, inspirational bracelets, right? And so guess what he did? He did what all you guys tell me you're going to do. Do some research. Let me do some research. Let me do some research, right? Research myself to death. So he did some research. He found this guy who had a company that makes the bracelets. And he talked to the guy for a good 20, 30 minutes, however long the conversation was. And the guy says, man, I can do everything that you're asking for. Everything that you want. It's going to cost this much money. I can do it. And Prince Darnell said the night before he even had this conversation with this guy, he realized he wanted something better in his life. And he sat down for an hour in complete silence. And he asked God, and he said, God, I want to accomplish this. God, I really want this. God, give me a sign. God, I want to do something besides work a 9 to 5. I want something. I want a business. So God gave it to him literally ASAP, like this. And the guy said, I can do everything you're asking for within your budget. And guess what Prince Darnell's response was? Let me think about it. It's like, how you going to spit in the face of God? How you going to sit there and tell God, let me think about it, when God has given you a goal and a vision, and he's given you something to work towards, and he literally puts it in your lap. He gives you all the answers, and you tell God, let me think about it. What do you have to think about? Even Prince Darnell said it. He was like, how dare I tell God, let me think about it, when I begged for this? I sat in silence. I asked for this very moment. And when it's presented to me, you say, let me think about it. Here's the thing. A lot of times people will have ideas. People will get these big visions. They'll get the opportunity. They'll get the money. They'll get the sponsorship. They'll get the idea, such as Femi Box, a product for women that can help them during this COVID situation, to make sure that they keep their private areas, good, looking good and smelling good, right? But this was an idea that a good friend of mine had, and I'm pretty sure she's been thinking about it. And then when the time came for her to execute, boom, she executed. But why is it that you can have these ideas, you can have these inclinations, you can have these big aha moments about what you want to do, and God puts it in your hand and you tell yourself, ooh, let me think about it. Get started. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking, well, I'm going to need this and I don't have enough money. Stop. You're never going to have enough money. You're never going to really have it all figured out. That's why mentorship and personal development is very important. Have somebody in the position where you want to be, and read books and listen to podcasts and read articles and learn about what you're doing, but get started. A lot of people fail before they even get started because they never get started. It's like exercising. It's like going to the gym. 99% of the battle is when you drive up to the gym, you're looking at the title of the gym, you got your $800 outfit on, you got your new kicks on, you're there, you got the membership, you are ready to go. But guess what's stopping you walking through that door? You're worried about what people are going to say. You're worried about what people are going to think. You're worried if you're not going to be good. I guarantee you, if you go to the gym for 2 hours a day, every single day, and you do something, whether it's a body pump class, a swim class, anything, you go lift some weights, you get on a treadmill. If you do that 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, guess what? You're going to get some type of results. But the 99% of y'all don't even just go inside the gym. You don't get started. Why? Because you're thinking about it. Because you're thinking about it. You're wondering, oh, well, I don't know. Well, I'm not. Stop. And I'm not just saying this for PHP. I'm saying this for whatever you want to do. Stop thinking about it. Just go. Pull the trigger. I once heard a great talk recently from Alejandro Aguilar. He's a titan in PHP. And one thing that resonated in the whole training, the whole 8-hour training, he said one thing. He said, all I started to do was just pull the trigger. My coaches and my mentors told me to do one thing, and I focused on that one thing, and I just pulled the trigger every single time. Now this guy makes well over $500,000, annually. He's making 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, $100,000 a month, and he's supporting his family. He's doing well. He's a young guy, motivated, used to work in the oil fields. But I say that because all he said was just pull the trigger. Just go. Stop waiting. And so I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who this is going to motivate. I'm not even sure if anybody's going to watch it. But the one person that watches, I'm just telling you, stop just thinking about it. Just go. Unless it's illegal, immoral, and unethical, if you have a good feeling about it, just go. That's how I make my decisions. I ask myself, if somebody comes to me with an idea or a proposition, or they want to bounce something off me, I always tell myself, is it legal? Is it moral? And is it ethical? If everything checks out, go. Pull the trigger. Let's go. And if it's not, then you might want to question it. But honestly, it's just like when a guy picking up a girl, he sees a girl at the bar, or he sees a girl out wherever, walking in the park with her dog, whatever she's doing. Guess what he's going to do? He's going to walk up to her, give his best line, talk to her, and he's going to ask for her number and ask her on a date. And guess what? Guess what the girl's going to do? In a split second, she's going to say yes, or she's going to say no. Yes, yes, here's my number, 555, whatever. Or she's going to be like, you know what? No, I'm not interested. Or no, I have a boyfriend. She ain't got to think about it. Maybe they have to talk for a little bit longer, but I was once told a girl knows within the first 60 seconds whether she's attracted to a guy. Let's keep it a band. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can comment, tell me I'm wrong. I don't know. But when he asked for that number at the bar, at the club, at the park, at the grocery store, wherever, it ain't much to think about it. It's either a yes or a no. And when I go out and I talk to people and I meet them at the grocery store, look, my philosophy is, hey, look, if I ask for your number and I present the opportunity, are you open? It's yes, no, whatever the answer is, I gotta go. I don't got time for you to think about it. Because when I call you, let's go. If you're serious, let's go. If you're not, don't waste my time. Period. You ain't got to think about it. If you've been praying to God, if you've been praying to whoever doing rain dances for the Native American, whatever you've been doing, it don't take that long to think about it. You've been asking for it. And now it's presented to you. You need to make a decision. Stop wasting time just thinking about it. Get started. So many people waste time getting started. Stop waiting to get started and just go. Pull the trigger. So again, to wrap it up, that to me, that's some of the most poisonous words you can say, because I guarantee you 8 out of the 10 times when there's an opportunity presented to you, you've already asked for it. You've already thought about it. You've already believed in your head like, man, I want this. I want that. Am I doing something right now to get to where I want to be? No, probably not. And then somebody comes along and says, hey, you ever interested in doing this? Or you ever thought about doing this? And you're like, dang, like, are you guys reading my Google searches? Like, are you reading my mind? No, that's you casting a spell, putting it out there. That's in your heart. God telling you, I got you. Just trust me. And then guess what? He presented to you and you block your blessing. I don't understand that. When presented with a good idea or an opportunity, the best thing you can do is listen. And if it lines up with everything you want to believe in, go for it. Even if you're scared or you're nervous. I tell all my new agents, like, you're going to be scared. You're going to be nervous because you've never done this before. 9 times out of 10, they've never done financial services. They've never learned about money. They never learned about index universal life policy. They've never learned about index annuity. They've never learned about living benefits. They've never heard of that stuff. It's foreign to them. And people are afraid of what they don't understand. But guess what? If it's going to benefit you and benefit your family, as I always tell them, I say, worst case scenario, you may learn something about running a business. You may learn something about money. You may learn something about yourself. You might read 12 books in a year. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, you change your legacy forever. Then you can teach other people how to change your legacy. It's just an opportunity. That's all it is. Same thing with Herbalife. Same thing with anything. When people tell me Herbalife doesn't work, but yet I see people losing 50, 60, 70, 100, 150 pounds from Herbalife, and they go, Herbalife's not for me. It doesn't work. I'm like, no, you don't work. Let's be 100. You don't work. It's a discipline thing. Until I can meet the day who showed me they did exactly what the coach and mentor told them to do and it didn't work, I would love to meet that person. I would love to meet that person who's consistent, who works hard, who doesn't sleep, who's like E.T., who wakes up early, stays up late, who does everything and they aren't successful. I would love to meet that person because I've yet to meet that person. I've yet to meet the person that's made $1 million, lost $1 million, and stayed down because they felt like, oh, I can never do it again. No, guess what? When one person makes $1 million and they lose $1 million, guess what they know how to do? They know how to go about, they know how to make another $1 million. But I've never met the person who gave up, who quit because hard work, dedication didn't work. But guess what they didn't do? They didn't say, let me think about it. You think about the Facebook story with Mark Zuckerberg. And I believe he brought 5 or 6 people in a room and only like 3 showed up. And now guess what? Billionaires. Because the other people were like, let me think about it, I'm not sure. No, the other 2 that showed up, they were like, let's go. They didn't need to think about it. Mark had an idea. And look what it's turned to. He owns Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, everything. Because he didn't have to think about it. He just pulled the trigger. So to wrap it up, I don't know who's going to listen to this. I don't know who this is going to inspire. I hope it inspires somebody. But try not to use those deadly, poisonous words. I'm sitting out here. I'm supposed to be on a call at 7. A training for some friends of mine. It got pushed back a little bit. So I wanted to pass that message on to you guys. But those are some poisonous words. And I hear them all the time. And again, no hard feelings to anybody who's told me that. No hard feelings for people who've said, you know what, I need time. And 8 months have gone by and you still haven't made a decision. You're the same exact spot that you were 8 months ago when I talked to you. Hey, no hard feelings. I can tell you right now, if you talk to the 8 month ago Mark, I'm in a totally different situation. If you talk to the Mark in 2018, I'm in a totally different situation. because I made a decision to act. Have I done everything perfect? No. But one thing that I know, when it's time to go. You pull the trigger. You go 100 miles per hour, you go full speed. And so with that being said, man, you guys be inspired, be phenomenal, get better, being yourself every day. It's a beautiful day out here in Southern California. Enjoy your life, seize the day, and remember, always lead with love. Because I always tell you, the best form of love is agape love. Why agape love? Is because every day you have a choice. Every moment you have a choice. When you see another individual and you can better their situation, you can change that individual's life, and you act on their behalf. That is agape love. You have a choice to do that every single day. You don't have to do it. You get to do it. MC Inspires Black Superman. Have a good day.